Sweet.
Today on Fightzone, one of the brightest prospects around, certainly maybe the biggest prospect in the Northeast, Tommy Hodgson. Thanks for joining us on Fightzone, Tommy.
No problem, mate. Looking forward to it, Steve, mate. It'll be nice to have a big crack there.
Yeah. Your opponent, first of all, on Saturday in Newcastle, Rustin Fatkullin. I don't know if you've seen much, and I've seen him on the circuit, and he's quite a well-schooled Russian. So you're gonna have your thinking boots on. It looks like, at least.
Yeah, 100%. The thing with these journeymen, in this kid was being a Russian and that, I've watched them in that, and you can tell all well schooled, and you can tell that they've done a bit, and you don't know which one's going to show up though, because I don't really watch the opponents, and I seen him fight Frenchie, me mate, who used to box with at Berkeley, and I watched him, and then he sort of tried to have a go sort of thing. Then my mum and sister had a Fightzone show on from last week, the week before, and he was on, and I was coming down, and I watched a bit of him then he was just tucked up in the ball, so you don't know what's going to show up, but I've put the work in me, mate, so I'm ready for whatever.
You're always doing. Is it a big moment for you? I think this is your first fight in the Northeast as well as a professional.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I cannot wait, mate. Everyone's been waiting for me to fight in Newcastle, so it's just going to be. I think I've sold about 300 tickets or something like that. So the noise is going to be something else. And everyone's been pestering since I've started my professional career. Saying when you in Newcastle, but just let us know straight away, and I'll be there. So, and the amount of people that have showed interest in that and come along, so it's going to be good, mate. Yeah. I appreciate it.
What's it been like for you to build up to this fight? Because, you've been fighting similar type of opponents, great, Lee Connolly and these sort of people. What's it been like for you this time compared to previous fights with the demand for tickets? Whereas before, you've been in Sheffield for a few fights, and I'm guessing you're not getting pestered as much for tickets. What's it been like this time then, to sell them 300?
Because people were desperate to come, so people would just literally text us and go, look at Tommy, and come to yours now and get it. Because I was saying to people, look, I think I got like 250 at first, and they just went. And I was saying to people, look, you need to be quick. And then I just got another 30 there, and they're basically all gone as well. So, and like I say, mate, people are going on to Sheffield now from my way, and that, obviously they're making a night of it, aren't they? So they're travelling down there, they're getting a hotel, they're going out on the drink and that. It's not cheap for them, and most of them have kids and their jobs and that. So the people that were doing that, I massively appreciate what they've done. So
I mean, sorry,
this on my doorstep, isn't it? So they'll probably be on the drink from about 12 o'clock all day. But they'll be making some noise.
I mean, you're starting in front of about 800 fans at the Hilton. Is it going to get to 80,000 at St James's Park one day for you?
That's it, mate. That's the dream, isn't it? That's everyone's dream in Newcastle, mate. Imagine a packed out 52,000 in St James's Park, man. That'll be something else, that, man.
Yeah, I mean, but then when you start, was it football first for you? And you had trials for Newcastle before boxing.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that.
I played football at the top level, mate. I played for my county. I was playing for a team called Newcastle City Juniors, which was the best team about. Every academy player that was there, and that was a number one team, number one everything. And I had I was on Newcastle. It was called Newcastle Academy. I was playing I was trialing for them. Then I was at a young age though, mate, and you grow out of it, don't you? I was playing football forever. Then I started just cutting mates, and I started going to a boxing gym in Shields, where I'm from, North Shields, and I just went along and I loved it, so, and then I just stuck with it.
Do you still play football at all at any level, or is it just boxing now?
Nah, I would if I'm getting a bit old now, over I would say about 18, 19, I went for a little kickabout for a little game of heads and balls, and that I would jump in that, but I reckon I've still got it though. I reckon you don't lose it there. So
nah. Do you go and watch Newcastle at all?
I'll go out seeing the night I won't, because obviously I'm getting sorted from me fighting that, but usually me and my pals will go to the local, just along the road there, and watch it. Or I struggle to get tickets, not really, because I'm busy training and that.
Of course, yeah. I tell you what, football's an easier way of making money than boxing, isn't it? And more.
It's soft. I was sat with my dad watching it the other day when we were playing Chelsea, and it was just stop and start. And I was thinking, it's never always been this soft. any little touch, a little sneeze, and there's down and the crying. And I'm like, it's like, don't know.
Yeah. For people who are a bit unfamiliar with you, certainly, maybe outside of North East and people who didn't follow the amateur boxing scene, tell us a bit about what you did as an amateur. I think you had about 70, 80 fights and a great deal of success.
Well, when I first ever started boxing, I was about 13, 14. I lost my first 2 fights. And I didn't really, at the time, I wasn't really taking it serious. And now I was just going a couple of days a week doing the odd run around the block and that. Then I got, I don't know if it was nerves or not. Maybe my dad tried and cut me gum shield and everything. My first 2 fights, my first one I was actually reaching, but no sick was coming out. The ref had to stop it. And my second fight, it happened again, but the ref didn't notice it and I just got through. Then after that, I was like, what the hell? It must have been nerves or something. Then I went on like a 20 win, like 10 to 20 winning streak. Just when I started, probably my confidence started getting higher and higher. I started running more and I started taking more serious. And I got like called up for Tainties in Miam. And I started representing them. Then I joined Berkeley Amateur Boxing Club, which is like the best gym about it. It's had everyone. I was sparring like the twins, Frenchie, Ben Reese, Mark Dickinson, all them, and I just come on me. It was impossible not to come on. And I got my first call for England. Then I represented them about 4 or 5 times. Then I went in the ABAs. I wasn't seeded or anything, so no one really knew of us, but I knew what I was capable of. I've been mixing it with these kids for years, you know what I mean? And I won the ABAs, then gone to GB and stuff like that, and then here I am now. So
yeah, there's been some great fighters from Newcastle. It meant more so in recent years. Like the McCormacks, yourself. What is it that's caused this Newcastle explosion in the recent years? Because you had Glenn McCrory in the late 80s, early 90s. Then you had a bit of John Davison. Well, he wasn't from Newcastle, but in the Northeast. What's caused this explosion? Then you had people like John Lewis Dickinson, and I think he was Berkeley, and Travis Dickinson, of course, who never really fulfilled what could have been a brilliant career. What is it about, this sudden explosion over the last 10 years, maybe in the Northeast, particularly from your amateur club?
Berkeley boxing gym, mate. There was I think at one point there was 7 or 8 who were from Berkeley that was on Team GB. It was mad. Like every time we used to go down, the coaches were like, "Bloody hell, it's like Berkeley, this gym." It's like Berkeley, like it was like Graham Rutherford is probably the best amateur coach there is, isn't he? He was class. Yeah. So that's off to Graham and thank you for all the time you put in all everything. So, and he's a man behind it all. Yeah, 100%. And obviously, like I say, mixing it into spawn and doing work with these kids every week. It's impossible not to come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you still keep in contact with the McCormacks and Callum French, these type of guys, or you're just away apart now? You're in different parts training.
Yeah. One was separate lanes on, but the respects that still there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And what about the guys who, do you look at yourself and do you ever think you could fight someone like Lewisritzen still in your career in a big Northeast fight?
Early, isn't it? I'm good. I like Lewis. He's dad and I get on with them all, so that's too early to say that, mate. Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, won't we?
Hey, if the money makes sense, then everyone fights everybody.
That's it.
Just before we let you go, people that are watching you on Fightzone for the first time this weekend, more and more people are signing up every week. What are they going to see from Tommy Hodgson?
A solid performance. Nothing wasted. Just everything that I've been working on the gym hopefully comes off, and I'm winning. It's just simple as that. So, be good show as well.
Look forward to seeing you go 5-0 and meeting you properly at the weigh-in tomorrow. Thanks very much for your time, Tommy.
Yeah. Have a good one, right?
Thank you.